Once upon a time, in a small, bustling town, there was a humble doctor's clinic. The doctor was a man of great integrity and compassion, known not just for his medical expertise but for his kind heart. Every morning, as he left his home to head to the clinic, his wife would hand him a letter. This letter wasn't just any ordinary note. It contained a list of household items they needed, along with the estimated cost. The doctor would take this letter to his clinic and use it as a guide to determine how much he needed to earn that day. But here's the remarkable part. He never charged his patients more than they could afford. Whether the patient was rich or poor, he treated everyone with the same care and dignity, often letting those in need leave without paying a single penny. This wasn't just a job for the doctor, it was his calling. He believed that his purpose was to heal, not just bodies but hearts and souls. His clinic became a sanctuary for the sick and the weary, a place where people felt seen and cared for. And though he wasn't wealthy in material terms, he was rich in gratitude and respect from the community he served. One particular morning, as the doctor prepared to leave for work, his wife handed him the usual letter. But this time, something was different. At the bottom of the list, she had added items for their daughter's upcoming wedding. The doctor's heart sank as he read the list. The expenses were far beyond what he could afford. He had always lived a simple life, never charging more than what was necessary, and now he found himself wondering how he would ever manage to give his daughter the wedding she deserved. As he sat in his clinic that day, his mind was heavy with worry. He stared at the letter, calculating and recalculating the numbers. But no matter how he looked at it, the math didn't add up. He thought about his patients, many of whom were struggling themselves, and he couldn't bring himself to charge them more. He believed in doing good, in helping others without expecting anything in return. But now, faced with this financial burden, he couldn't help but feel a pang of doubt. Had he made the right choices? Had his selflessness come at the cost of his own family's happiness? Just as these thoughts swirled in his mind, a sleek car pulled up in front of his clinic. A well-dressed gentleman stepped out and walked into the clinic. The doctor, though preoccupied, greeted him warmly and asked, "How can I help you? Are you feeling unwell?" The man smiled and said, "Perhaps you don't recognize me, doctor. My name is Krishnalal. Years ago, I came to your clinic under very unusual circumstances." The doctor frowned, trying to recall the face, but it didn't ring a bell. Krishnalal continued, "It was a hot summer day, and my car had broken down right outside your clinic. My driver was fixing a puncture, and I needed some shade, so I sat on the bench outside your door. While I was sitting there, a little girl, your daughter, came up to you. She tugged at your sleeve and said, 'Father, let's go home. I'm hungry. I want to eat.' But I noticed that you were watching me intently, as if you were concerned that I might be sick or in need of help. So, I decided to play along. I walked into your clinic and told you about my illness. I shared that my wife and I had been struggling to have children, and you listened with such compassion. You prepared a bag of medicine and handed it to me, refusing to take any payment despite my insistence. It was only later that a man outside explained your unique way of charging patients, only what you needed for your household expenses, nothing more." Krishnalal paused, his eyes glistening with emotion. "That day, I went home and told my wife about you. She said, 'Perhaps you've met a man sent by God. How else could someone be so selfless, so generous?' We took the medicine you gave us, and today, we have 2 beautiful children playing in our courtyard. I came to the city today to buy wedding gear for my niece, and for some reason, I couldn't stop thinking about that little girl, your daughter, who had played in the dispensary all those years ago. I felt compelled to come here, to see you again." The doctor listened in stunned silence, his eyes wide with disbelief. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. Krishnalal reached into his pocket and pulled out an envelope. "This is for you," he said, handing it to the doctor. "It's a small token of my gratitude for what you did for me all those years ago. I don't know if you remember, but that day, you gave me more than just medicine. You gave me hope." The doctor opened the envelope and found a generous sum of money inside, enough to cover the expenses for his daughter's wedding. Tears filled his eyes as he realized the profound truth of what had just happened. He looked at Krishnalal and said, "You won't believe this, but just this morning, my wife handed me a letter with the list of items we need for our daughter's wedding. I was wondering how I would ever manage to afford it, and now, here you are, as if sent by God himself." Krishnalal smiled and said, Doctor, this is the universe's way of reminding us that good deeds never go unnoticed. You've spent your life helping others without expecting anything in return, and now it's your turn to receive. God is always with us, but sometimes, we just need to wait a little longer to see His plan unfold. The doctor nodded, his heart swelling with gratitude and relief. He realized that his faith in doing good had been rewarded in the most unexpected way. He had always believed that if you sow seeds of kindness, you will eventually reap a harvest of blessings. And today, that belief had been proven true. As Krishnalal left the clinic, the doctor sat down, feeling a profound sense of peace. He knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, he would continue to live by his principles, to help others, to be kind, and to trust in the goodness of the universe. The lesson was clear: when you give from your heart, when you have faith and act selflessly, the universe has a way of balancing things out. The greatest rewards in life aren't always money. They're in the love we share, the kindness we spread, and the lives we touch. So, no matter where you are in life, remember this: keep doing good. Even when you feel like you're struggling or things aren't going your way, trust that everything will work out in the end. Because when you give with an open heart, you'll find that the universe will always provide, just when you need it most. Thanks for watching.